drunken. So boy, she.
Well, you know, a long time ago they did. And I don't know if it was even like bought liquor. It might have been bootleg, you know. Um, but liquor is we homie,
Uh-huh.
we homie,
We homie.
uh-huh. We is short for oa. Remember I said oa is,
Oh, yes. Okay.
but you know, we can say we and we say bitter water. Homie is bitter.
Homie, homie and not homie. Homie.
Homie, uh-huh.
You
We-
know, they could get drunk on sake too.
You know,
And it got really fermented.
yeah. If it got, and you know, people drink it like that. Oh, it have. You know, I can drink it a little bit when it's got a little bit of tang to it. But I'm gonna tell you something. I know some men, now old men, that would drink it when it was bubbling, and they liked it. You know, they liked it. But see, they were used to that because they didn't have um, all this. They didn't have refrigerators and stuff like that, you know. And my husband sweetens his to this day, you know. So, and that's the way he eats it, and that's the way my grandkids eat it. Okay.
Fresh. Hey, you know, the other thing is my grandpa, he loved that. He loved the fermented sake, and he would get a little podgy, you know, but he was funny. I never saw him get mean. I never saw him get mean when he drank that, like the way he liked to drink it.
You know, well, you know, that was, you know, that's where I say are people, you know, they had different bodies. Remember I told you foods and different bodies before. They're different makeup in their body. We weren't used to that. Liquor, and now, you know, we have a lot of them have drinking problems. It's because that's a foreign substance that was in their body. Okay, suspender, shokalaka. Shokalaka. That means it's holding it, shokaladi. Shokaladi means to hold it. And that's what suspenders are. And you don't hear those either because no one knows those. Shokalaka. This is one I really like. Ihalwa. Pack lunch. Because a lot of people, when they go to work or they pack their lunch, ihalwa. Even when they take it to the grounds, or even when they take food to the church, it's called ihalwa. Ihalwa sayahane goes, I'm gonna take lunch, but it can mean food. It's food, ihalwa. And you know what? That's a weird word because I don't know where that base word for ihalwa is.
Mvhayv,
Uh-huh.
can you go back up to suspenders?
Yeah. Shokalaka.
Is it-
Shokalaka.
Okay, it's a gi and not a he, right?
Shokalaka.
Oh, okay, because you have. Can you go back up to on the page? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so it should be SOKH.
Shokalaka.
Okay, it's a double H right there.
Uh-huh. So
Oh, so it's not the gi sound, it's the he sound.
uh-huh. Shokalaka.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
No silent sounds, but that H is right here. So here, if you say so, you'll feel that breath right here. That breath right here. So halaka. Suspenders.
So,
Pack.
so that's like 4 syllables.
So
So,
ha.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So ha la ga. 4. And you know, one time they were reading. There was a guy here that was reading the Bible, and he said, "Becky, I just can't say this word." He goes, "I know what it is, but I can't say it." It had probably about 18, 19 letters in it. It was a Creek word, and I had to break it down into sounds before I could even say it for him. You have to break it down in sounds, and this is what this is. So, and there is no silent sound, so the so is like right there for that first H. Topalata. Ihalwa is a packed lunch. Oktaha is sand. Baksangi, okay, look here. Baksangi was yesterday. Nithiesi was last night. Look at the difference here.
Mhm.
Nithiesi last night. Baksangi yesterday. That's where one's last night, one's yesterday. And that's where, you know, I said, Nithiesi, you don't hardly hear that either. Because all the elders are gone, you know. I used to hear them, they say, Nithiesi, Nagin Bokes. Or Nithiesi, Nagin Hitches. I saw something last night, or I heard something last night. Nithiesi for less. They were out last night. Nithiesi, Anjugo Bithogis. Somebody visited me last night, and they would name that person, but Nithiesi is a really different word, and that's what I'm trying to do here, use different words. Ingi to tikiga. There's that right here. When you say to, it's right here again, right at the base. To tikiga. Ingi to tikiga. That's your wrist. Here's your ingi, but tokiga is right here. Tokiga. Right here, the wrist. And the reason why I put that in there was my husband, he said, I hurt my wrist. And he said, I bit that wrist when he was lifting something. He said, it bit my wrist. And I said, oh, chingi. I said, chingi tok tikiga. And he said, whatever it is. He said, I bent it back. And I said, chingi. Because remember, personal pronoun. Chungi is my hand. Chingi is your hand. Ja and G. Okay, Ja and G. Okay, ego. Justak inlani. You can say justagi inlani, but we say justak inlani. Ego. And the reason why I put that in there was because we used it one day. My grandbaby, she said, I want my egg yellow runny. She said, I want my egg runny. And I said, Chustak in Lani? And I pointed at it. And of course, you know, that's the first time she heard it. And now you don't hardly see it. You see this, but you don't know what it is. And that's why I put that in there. Because you meet up with those eggs almost every day. You know, I mean, breakfast. I said, yonder, that's over there, or over yonder. I could never use yonder, you know. I never use it, but they'll say asema. 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 You know, we have wall onions down here, you know, during a certain time of the year, and they won't tell you. If they got a spot, they're not going to tell you where it's at. They'll say, where'd you get those? I said, yeah. I said, but they won't exactly tell you because they got their own little treasure, you know, right there. And, you know, so they'll say, I said, over there. They won't exactly tell you where it's at, but they'll say, over there. Over there. So here we go now. Look here.
Mvhayv, another way, Asen, abiyahan dois. Asen. So, you know, sometimes when you hear Creeks or Muskogees telling you which way to go, Mavatan ayagan, abogidondos. Well, what does that mean? You know, they're just telling you, they just live right down the, you know, down over yonder. That's where they live, you know, and that doesn't mean anything to me, because I need over there by Walmart, you turn left, okay, and you know, things like that. I need complete directions. But when they say man ayos agan abogidondos,
Yeah,
going down the way a little bit. That's where they are.
and they don't have what we have now, like phones to get around. They got around. And it was all in the buckboard and travel, my mom told me one time they were gonna go to Okima. Her mother, her dad, and her family. And it took them like 2 days in a buckboard. And they had to spend the night there and leave early in the morning. The next day to come back. I can't imagine that. I just can't imagine that. But that was the way but I would love to have gone back to those days. I think I would like it to go back, see that.
It would be fun for a while.
Yeah, it would be fun.
That's my understanding is why they have Fourth Sunday and all that, because they couldn't all, it took them so long to travel when they took turns going to the different churches and staying, basically camping out for a few days.
Yeah, they would stay there, for a while, and but and that's where we've changed a lot too. My mother used to say, that when she was growing up, somebody got sick and said they would they had to walk or ride a buckboard, and said that they would go and stay there for 3-4 days with that person. Or she'd say we stayed there about a week, and she or he finally passed, and we came back and went back. And we don't do that no more. And I wonder because back then they had crops together, they had clothes to wash by hand, they had to walk or ride a buckboard. And now we can get anywhere probably in 2 hours. Hour, 35 minutes, 45 minutes. We can just throw our clothes in the washer and push a button and dry them right there. We could stick something in the oven and cook it, but they couldn't do that. And they made time. And to me, we don't make time to do that anymore as Muskogee people. We've we're living in that fast lane world, And that's kind of what we're going through in our office now. Boy, we're rushing and we're kind of forgetting where things are. We don't even know what day it is sometimes. We'll be like, what day is today? Because we're rushing, because everything, like this past week was camp. And we're trying to get everything done. We're trying to get everything in order. And it's like, we're like, and you ought to see our desk. It's we're trying to do this, but they didn't have that, and I don't know why. I don't know why when they had to take a mule and plow their fields, but yet they had time to go care for somebody. And I ask sometimes, I tell my husband, I said, we don't even visit anymore. People don't visit each other. I remember my grandma, people would visit her, they'd be sitting on a porch, just talking. And we would go to somebody's house and the kids be playing and the adults be talking. And they would stay there and just visit. Or they come to our house and the kids would come and we'd be playing while they were talking. That don't even happen anymore. That doesn't happen anymore. So our world has actually really changed. And I don't know if we've changed with it, but we have to keep up. And it seemed like everybody was calmer back then. It's not like it's rushed now. Okay, look here. We're going back to this because this is everyday things. Everything that we've talked about in these lessons have been part of our lives or have seen it, but we don't know what they are. So that's what we're doing here. So, Gubby, how many of you's been using this Gubby? How many says Gubby? All right, there you go. There you go, Lahoma. There you go. Gubby, even though they don't understand you, that's where you show it, Gubby. you know,
I got to use Chissy yesterday with somebody who doesn't speak and didn't even know what Chissy is. But there was a little Chissy running across the road and talking about visiting people. We traveled from Bixby all the way to Tahlequah because there was a death of a friend's sister. So we got in the car and went over to the viewing. But in the way going, there was a Chissy running across the road and all that traffic, and he didn't get hit. But I used that word, and my husband looked at me and said, "That means mouse."
and that's all, say it whether they understand it or not. And if you keep saying it, he'll learn it. So like Gubby, my grandkids know Gubby. And I'll tell them, go wash your hands, and I do this, and they know because everything's on table. But they'll say, you better use soap now, because they know what Gubby is now. And so, they kind of repeat kind of what they know. And so that's how I know they know the word. Stove, jado hei. Hei is hot and jado is rock. But it also means steel. So see how we interchange these words? Jado is rock. That's where situation and environment comes in. So if we say jado and we're out in the yard, we're talking about a rock, right? Mm-hmm. But if we say jado heye and we're in the kitchen, it's saying a stove. So see, a lot of times this language has to do with where the environment is and where the situation. Like if somebody threw a rock, they say jado awekis. Jado awekis. Awekis means throw it, threw it. They threw it. So they can't throw a stove. So they threw a rock. You see what I'm saying? Jado. Okay. Achigi is closed. Brew is spaska. And we call it baska. We call it spaska. Okay, listen now. The correct way is ispaska. Mm-hmm. Ispaska. But talking, we say spaska. Water, oa. But remember now, water can be oa, most generally down, that's a common word. But when we use wiwa, and which some people do, it means water too, but it fits in different ways. Remember that one word we had? Wiwa, we-ho-me, bitter water. We-ho-me, we can't say owa-ho-me. We can't, that won't sound right if we say owa-ho-me, but we say we-ho-me, okay? Food, hombida. And that's just food now, hombida. But we can do anything with this. And that's what we're gonna go through. We can do anything with this hombida. We can say hombas, we can make a command out of it. We can make it. Hombida ha yes, I'm making food. Hombida no sejes. Hombida no sejes, I'm cooking food. Look what we can do with that, hombida. So many different things. Hombida abalades, I'm throwing the food out. Abalades, I'm throwing it away. Hombida hifigodos, the food's no good. So, but we can do all kinds of things. We can say, hombas J, hombucks. We can do so much with these words. Chuguji, bathroom. But it doesn't have to be a bathroom. It can be just a small house, ain't it? But we can use, that's where situation environment comes in. Chuguji, hisoshi do west. There might be a little house out there. Chuguji legi do west. There was a little house sitting there. Or Sally Chuguji legi do west. Sally lived in a little house. Hisoshi. Sally Chuguji, hisoshi legi do west. Sally lived in a little pretty house. See, we can do all this. You know, it's just certain things we can't, but we can with a lot of this. Okay, nodi sokosida. That can be a toothbrush or a toothpaste. Okay, but now look here. Now, gubby is soap, and you wash your hands with it. But how come this is not nodi gubby? It's something to wash with. Sokosida. And see how this is going? Okay, that's where that H is in there now, silent. So right here, kosida, nodi kosida, something to wash your teeth with. It can be a toothbrush, toothpaste. Okay, situation and environment comes with that. If you say no, nodi kosida, you can meet either one. Okay, and you can make a command out of that. G nodi, second person pronoun. Okosas means wash your teeth. We don't say brush, we say wash your teeth. Because we don't, we just not, and just like brush your hair, we don't have that. We say comb your hair. Okay. Istili bega. Istili is somebody's leg. Bega means it puts it in. Okay, it puts it in. Istili is a person's leg. Okay, istili is a person's leg because isti is a person. Li is short for ili. So it's a person's leg. Istili bega means it goes in something. Istili bega is saying a person's leg that goes in something. And we do it. That's descriptive. Okay, it's descriptive. And that's what we go through all the time. We have to tell our kids, Dili Bega. We say Dili Bega. We don't say it proper. We say Dili Bega. That's how we speak. Dili. We take off this and we just say Dili Bega. And I'll say Dili Bega Hoboyas. I'm telling my grandkids. And the other day they were going somewhere. Boy, my little grandson, I think his Buja was taking him somewhere. So he runs in. He goes, Grandma, Dilly Bega, Dilly Bega, Dilly Bega. I said, get thoughts. I don't know. And he was just running frantic like this gypsy. He was just going from one. And then I said, where are your flip-flops? He said, Dilly Bega, Dilly Bega. I don't know what he was going to do. And I don't even know if he found them because I was washing dishes and trying to clean my deals off. But he left, so I imagine he's went somewhere. Balakna, plate, balakna. And that, I don't know if that's an original. It has to be balakna. I couldn't tell you where the base word comes from that. Balakna. Because I like to know the base words these a lot of times. I love the base words. Balakna. Water, water. House, jogo. Car, that is English. And now they call it auto in English, but this is adami. And my coworker said something the other day that I forgot they said it, automobile. Automobile. I forgot that word, automobile. And some of this is, to me, it's comical. And when you look more into this language, you'll see things that's, adami. Instead of auto, they say adami. Niha, this is situation and environment. If you're going to put gas in your car, it's niha. But if you're going to cook, it's niha, it's grease. So this is where situation, environment comes in again, okay? So if you say, Niha, umbugi bahas, and you're in the car, you're saying you're running out of gas, you're in the car. Okay? Tufunwa, fork. Tufunwa is fork. Islavka is knife. Islavka. And that's another one that I'm trying to figure out. What's the base word for this Slavka? It's Slavka. And you remember I said, I know how to speak, but I'm not a master at this. And I'm still studying this language to a point that my husband says, you're thinking too much, or you're putting too much into this, or you just, it's there, he tells me. It's the way it is, Becky. Don't try to, and I do, you know. Ingi, and Ingi, thinking, agittetska. That's thinking, agittetska. Brains, kalbi. Bed, toba. Legs, ili. This is something that, see, like some of these things that I'm thinking out loud with y'all too, you know. I'm thinking out loud. But look here. Here's the phrases. Gabi family.
Mvhayv, before you start that one, go back to when you were talking about food, and you were saying hombida hayas, hombida, let's see, the way you said it, you were talking about cooking the food, you know, and I was thinking that if you don't say it quite right, no dejas, that's the word you were using, hombida no dejas magita. And if you're not careful, this is why it's, you know, you have to be real careful when you say these words, and the sounds have to be, you know, just so, because no dejas, and then you can just say hombida nok dejas, so that you burned it, you know, where you're cooking it, you know, with heat, you know, it, and then you can and just change that beginning sound, and you're saying that you burned it instead of just cooking it.
Okay, no tejas is cooking. Nok tejas means you know, that's, and I'll put that on there. That's one I never even thought of that. And you can burn anything, food, trash. I'm burning trash. Okay, but look here. Yeah, you're right. Now, boy, you're catching on, girl. So is the whole year. She's got that. Okay, look here. Gabi famijo si dos, and you can use u or o, and that's gabi famijo. See it? Or famijo si dos. The soap smells really good, but this is gabi, but famijo si means smelly. Smell good. It don't have really, but when you put josi, that means really. Now that's where we're going to get into too, is right there. Because when you speak, and I hope this is teaching you something, me doing it like this. Is it explaining some things? Is this helping you? You know, Lahoma shaking her head, Ella. How about you, Rosalind? And then rest of you guys, is this, are y'all learning something from this? It's a lot of times it's situation, you know, or, you know, that's the thing right there, okay?
When I started with you, I only knew one word. It was Mado. And now that app and stuff, I'm in third place. Cool. So that's the difference in 2 years. All that knowledge is you in this class. So Mado.
You're welcome. You know, that's what, you know, that's it. I can just stand up here and teach and hope you get it, or I can stand up here and teach it and want you to speak it, want you to learn it. See, there's a difference. See, and that's what my mission is I want you to learn it. Okay. So, gabi famijo shidosh. It says gabi famidrosi means really smells. But it don't say, nowhere does it say good. But there's famidrosi means it smells good, but there's fumbi means smells bad. So we can say gabi famidos. If we say that, we can say that soap stinks. See, there's that other thing there. See, okay? Jadoheye, dijas. Dijas means put fire to it. So if we say Jadoheye, dijas, light or start the stove, dijas means put fire to something. Okay? Joga dijas. Joga is paper. Dijas, you're saying put fire to that paper. Okay? Put fire to it. Okay? Achigi adiloyas. Adiloyida is a infinitive verb, and that's the base word for this one. Adiloyida is to gather. But when you put achigi adiloyas, you're making it a command. You're saying gather your clothes, okay? This is that BS. Remember I told you BS at the end of an infinitive verb is a command, okay? Is a command. But if you put an IS here, you can say achigi adiloyas. I'm gathering my clothes. Okay? See, this is so interesting. I like it. Ispaska honidos. The broom is heavy, and you know, I don't know if y'all see those old straw brooms. They're straw. They're heavy because the handle's about this big around. But if you use the old cedar, which I use, they're light. But you get that straw broom and it's heavy. You know, that straw broom is heavy. Okay, somebody said they don't have levels on theirs. That's Miss Cloud. Well, I have to check into that, okay? I'll check into that. Okay, so it's spaska, which we say spaska, the way we talk. This is formal. It's spaska is formal, but we say spaska, and it's understood, okay? Or ligach widos. Ligach widos. The water is dirty, okay? Or ligach widos. Water is dirty. We don't say, we can say wiwa ligach widos. We can say water is dirty, but this is the most common is uwa. Humbida haye dos. I cook. Haye dos. Humbida haye dos. I have cooked food. Or I cooked. Okay. Humbida haye dos. And you know, one time my mother, she called me. And I said, Humbida haye dos. Atit an humbas. I said, I have cooked food. Come and eat with me. And you know, so she said, oh, I know. She said, Humbida biondos. She said she was taught of her own cooking. And she said, so my husband, he said, I'll go after her. So my husband went after her. And she come over and she ate. And she said, I said, Humbida haye dos. Atit an humbas. Come and eat with me. Okay? Humbida haye dos. Atit an humbas. Come and eat with me. The bathroom is really clean. Chuguji ashat koshidos. And you know, this, and this is, I've been in bathrooms where they were dirty. And we'll come out and we'll say, that's like in a bathroom, public bathroom. And you know, they wouldn't go in, but somebody had to go in first. And they'd say, that bathroom is dirty. But here it says, Hashat Koshi. That's going back up to that one sentence. Is really clean. Juguji Hashat Koshi dos. So So you can go in there and, but we've come out of bathrooms and because we dos, don't go in there, Because we dos, and this and this Hashan Ushidos. And see the tone? Chogoji Hashan Ushidos. Hashan Ushidos. It's saying, oh, that bathroom is really clean, go in. Oglekta Sulgidos. Oglekta is chair. Sulgi means a lot is. But look here. We don't have, there is a lot of chairs because this one takes care of it. Dos. Oglekta Sulgidos. So we say chair, a lot, there is. That dos, because remember it's a filler. It is, there is. So. Iskaska OJ dos. Iskaska is a code, but we say skaska, just like ispaska. We say baska. This we say skaska. We don't put that E on there, but listen now. Skaska. We put that skaska OJ dos. I have a code. Skaska OJ dos. Okay, we don't have I anywhere in this. OJ means I have, okay? OJ means I have. Now see how in depth we're going with this? OJ means I have. Because ojida is to have. But when you put the I, the A sound in there, OJ means possessive, saying you have it. Any questions so far? And I hope this is helpful. Because we're going to go back over this. Remember, I said this is going to take a while because we're going sentence by sentence, word for word. It'll take a while.
John B. Ojados.
Yeah, there you go.
Yesterday, you
Yeah,
all had a lollipop, right? Is that how you would say that?
there you go. The toothbrush is red. Nodi. Okay, this says toothbrush. So, Nodi sokosida jadi duis. Duis is it's like dos. It comes from there. Nodi sokosida jadi duis. Okay, it says dodi is tea, sokosida is to wash, jadi duis. Jadi is red. Situation, environment again. It can mean a toothbrush. It can mean a toothpaste. But this is where situation comes in and you say, I lost my toothbrush. Jadi duis. I lost my toothbrush. Jadi duis. It is red. So you say, no, this of course that jadi duis. It's a toothbrush. Because this is past, okay? Somebody said, why does it use duis and not dos? Dos is, you can say, no, this of course that jadi dos. You're saying this toothbrush is red, but right here, notice of course that jadi duis is like, how am I going to explain that? It's a contract of duida, to do, but it's also dos. It comes from dos. Duis means it is. Okay, it is. And I don't have to explain that, and I will. That's going to take a whole lesson. Because there's duida, to do. Duis is, dos is. And this is where we change. This is where it gets really complicated. Okay, notice, so, hear that, got the he in there. Notice, so koska, homidos. Remember, homi is bitter. So pepper is homogy. Or you can say red pepper, homajadi. Homajadi, it's saying it's bitter. So this is notice, so koska, homidos. Is bitter. Homi is bitter. Okay. So you're saying when you say nodisokoska homidos, situation is right here. You're saying bitter, so you know that you had to taste it. You can't say the brush is bitter. So you know it's a toothpaste, isn't it?
So do you say homogeneity? Well, black.
Yeah, lusty, yeah, that's black pepper, yeah. Yeah, and that's what my kids know now, pepper and salt, and they'll say, and so they were questioning their mother, they make fun of their mother. They said we was making her say G and we was making her say Janwa, and they ignore her now because she'll say salt and they'll sit there. And I wonder where they got that. Did I do that? Because I don't remember doing it. But she'll say salt, and they'll just sit there and look at her. And then she'll say salt. And then she'll go, somebody salt. And and I'm watching these kids, and they're just sitting there. And then she'll say, oh, Janwa, and they'll say, oh, and then hand it to her. See, they're getting this. I don't remember doing that, but I wonder if I did, to show them this, because they follow it by example, so I don't know if I did that or not. Yeah, so no class next week, this coming week, 13th through the 17th, but we will start on the 20th. The next class will be the 20th, and it's going to really get, I'm thinking of things, go to sleep thinking language, go to bed, going thinking language, getting up thinking of language, walking around thinking of language. So right here, notice your point.
So you're going to have class during festival?
I want to find out about that, and you're coming down, aren't you, Ella?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Well, I got to find out about that. I know I'm going to judge a softie contest or softie. I'm going to judge that. So y'all start making that softie.
When
Oh my gosh, someone over to the Hana.
It's at the elderly nutrition, and it'll be the 23rd. That's when I go.
Oh, I'll be there. I'm going to play volleyball.
All right, chair volleyball. I think my husband's going to play that. He's going to play chair volleyball.
It's fun, and you get good exercise.
Yeah, well, he's got arthritis in his spine now. He can't stand on his feet very long. And he was an athletic man. And to see him like this is really heartbreaking. But, he's into that. He's into that chair. He'll go sit down and play that volleyball, And so we're three of us are gonna judge it from our office. Good. I can't make it down, but I signed up for it. Wow, thank you. Virtual 5K. 5K don't sound, they said like 3.5 miles. And when you say 3, it don't sound that far, but you start walking that. And I thought, well, I think I can do that, I think I can. And then after I start thinking about it, I don't think I can.
So, my 23rd Magatsan, when they have, is that when they have the senior activities at the nutrition center?
Yes, exactly. They'll have
Maybe they had apron contests at one time I saw. And one time I won the farthest traveling person. And so somebody said, well, we're from Texas. And I said, well, I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And they said, woo, I think she's come further. So anyway, but this time maybe I'll take my apron and see if I can, enter the apron contest.
Do that, because this is for. I wish everybody could come down, and just experience the celebration. And this is one place. You'll see little Stijati kids just everywhere. They're like little fleas, boy. They're just everywhere. And one day I was just standing there when we came to it, and it was an evening, and I saw all these little brown kids, and just running around. And I said, yeah, these Stijatis were going to be extinct. I said, look at this. I said, I don't think so. And I was looking at them, they were just lined up, and they were just happy, just running around. Barefoot in the heat, people. They were barefoot. They didn't care. They didn't feel it, And some of them were golahi. Golahi means they were just, their little faces was just smeared with whatever. I was sitting there watching them, and my grandkids were somewhere in that bunch too, So, but anyway, Hasiskika Hamgat Ulibika. And
Mvhayv, I have a quick question on the language.
okay.
If you're saying Hombatski Doans, can that be a statement and a question?
Hombatski do what?
Doans.
It can be saying they
Well, it's you all ate. So can it be if you say
y'all ate,
Hombatski Doans, can you say it as a question and a statement?
no, I don't think so. No. If you
Okay, so you're not saying you all have you. It's like saying have you all ate, or
yeah, you can make a question, but
or
okay,
you.
you would say it in the question is Hombachi doa
Okay,
eating.
okay,
And then a statement, hombidos. Hombidos. If they say hombas, you say hombidos. That's saying we have ate. It's a statement. Okay.
okay. Because in the language app that we just got, it says it's Hombatski Doans for y'all ate.
No.
Humebatsa.
Yeah, y'all ate would be like, have y'all ate
Humebatsa. Yeah.
Homebatska or Homebatcha or Hombachidua?
Mhm.
That's the only way.
Be hombatskans, wouldn't it? To say we ate. That
We
be
ate is past. Would say Hombiunks. Hombiunks, we ate.
Okay, because there's
Or you ate would be hombatskans. Y'all ate.
You ate would be Hombichunks. Past.
okay, so we're getting into dialect then.
Past. Well, no, not completely dialect, but more
Because
more content. The ending.
okay, because it's under the thing. It says things done in the past from yesterday to a few years ago. Take the verb and drop the ETV.
Yeah.
Add the person marker. Add a space and doonks.
You can to some of like I ate yesterday. Baksan di hombayonks. Hombonks. But if you say she ate yesterday, hombidonks. See? That's
Well, they say they have that one. Homie doonks is he, she, or it ate. Is what they said.
It's
But then they, oh, you know what? I'll email you what they have written.
yeah, email me and you too, anybody that wants to do that, email me and I will go over it and I'll answer you back. So if you say they ate, you can say hombagidos or hombagap. Hombagaps is they ate.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah, hombagaps. So I don't know where that came from, but just email me that and I'll explain it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
But all right, guys, I gotta go. So I said, I'll see you week after, or at least hung out. The 20th. But I lazy we'll start again. We'll start that again. So yeah,
Otogin toda noa tehejades.
oh my God, I said I do again home be that for you know what my Jihijadi. Or yeah, still my God. My dog gets again, I besti.
Take care, all. Love you guys.
Chimio.